Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about a children's trading card game. This is a One Piece video. Guys, I think yellow might be a bit of a problem. I'm going to be going over the last week and a bit worth of card reveals, maybe 2 weeks, a whole load of them. And I've essentially waited this long, one, because there was a lot of other videos I wanted to get out, but two, because I just had a feeling that yellow was going to be concerning. If you have not seen my review of the yellow starter deck, you can check it out up there. But in that video, I said I was a little bit concerned. Yellow was looking like it had potential for some toxic gameplay. And obviously, you know, if you just try it out in the starter decks only, you're going to be suffering from a lack of counter power and things like that. But even trying out just starter decks only, I was a bit worried. We're going to go through these card reveals. There's a lot of insane stuff. So I do think the power level of the game has just we've hit a wave of power creep, I think, here, because there's a lot of very powerful cards here. I say a wave, it's not crazy, it's just yellow looks very, very powerful. I think it's going to take a while to adapt. It will probably be the Rush Zoro meta of set 3, where we're just stuck with it for 6 weeks and then players figure out how to get around it. Let's talk about the new cards though, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about this. Firstly, we've got Charlotte Gallet. This is just a blocker, 2-drop blocker with counter. This is a good card. You will probably play this because it is a blocker which you can counter with. Then we've got Izo. So this is a check top 5 searcher for the Whitebeard Pirates. This is incredibly good for the Whitebeard deck, which was already doing bits in the Japanese format. Absolutely one of the top decks in the set 2 metagame, so this is a straight 4 of in that deck. But this is also going to be very, very good in Ace. And again, this adds Whitebeard Pirates, so this is adding events, this is adding stages, this is adding units, so you're going to consistently be able to see your Moby Dicks, you're going to consistently be able to see your spells, your events, which we're going to talk about, because, oh my god, they are insane. This is a staple 4 of. In addition, Lore. We cannot forget about Lore. Anytime you see a 1-drop that pluses you, especially if it's like this, where it's an on-play check top 5 instead of you have to rest it, this is going to be incredibly high value in Lore. So now we are going to have to be considering, do we want to be playing a Whitebeard Pirate package in Lore? That's something to consider. Let's keep going, because you're already playing Vistas and stuff. Krieg, our first SR for green. You may trash 1 card from your hand on play to KO up to 2 of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 4 or less, and 1 Don, this character gains double attack. So you're swinging 8k double attack, you put 2 on, it's 9k double attack, very, very scary. This is a really good card. Yes, it doesn't have counter, however, the combo here, going second, is potentially disgusting. Going second, turn 5, you play Jin, and then you play Krieg. That is literally nuking 2 4 costs for free. Your opponent can't play around it. That's nuts. And if they've swung with them, then you can just play the Krieg. You don't even need to worry about the Jin. You can do something else with your Dom. This seems very, 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 very powerful. Generic, you know, usable in a lot of different decks because it has no requirement like Jin does. So you can just pop 4 costs. I think this is very powerful. In fact, it's just an on-play. Like on the 6-7, like that's a decent curve. Yeah, this seems very, very powerful. Then we got our first secret rare, Charlotte Katakuri, and this card is crazy. This is an 8/8. On play, put up to 1 character with a cost of 8 or less on the top or bottom of its owner's life area, face up. So this is insane. You can use this to heal yourself. I think the much more powerful use of this card is going to be taking your opponent's power cards, right? Like the 8-cost kids, the Odins, you know, the, I don't know, 7-cost king. So something that's really scaring you, right? Something that you don't want to have to deal with, and you just go, okay, I'm going to play my Katakuri, I'm developing a board. Yeah, I'm healing you, but I put it on the bottom of your life, so I know that's actually not a card I really have to worry about. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's gone, right? Because on the turn I'm going for game, I'm just going to kill you that turn. Potentially, it's yellow as well, you may just burn them out of it anyway. This is a phenomenally powerful card. I don't know how many copies you're going to run. It's really expensive. I imagine it's going to be a 2 to 3 of. But there's more top end for yellow, which we're going to see, where I don't even know if you're going to have space for Katakuri. Because this card is very powerful, but there is an even more powerful card coming up. But yeah, this is a super powerful secret rare. Definitely going to see some play. Then we've got Kokoro. On play, check top 5 for Water 7. This is a staple in the Iceberg deck. Then we got Thatch. This is a Whitebeard Pirates, so searchable with Izo and all that other stuff. Activate main once per turn. This character gains 2,000 power during this turn. Then place this character in the trash at the end of your turn. So, sorry. This is good because it's a 4k attacker straight up with this. put $1 onto it, it's a 5k swing. So you're threatening leader. You know which leader doesn't give a shit about having to place the character into the trash? Law. Law don't give a fuck. So I think this is I think just a generically very powerful card, right? This is early game aggro. Zoro loves this card. Law loves this card. Whitebeard loves this card. Ace loves this card. They're all looking at it and going, damn, that's looking kind of delicious, kind of scrumptious. So yeah, very powerful card for that early game aggression, for the combo potential. You know, you can get your 5k swing in with it. You've developed your board. All right, law effect, bounce it. Play my law, bounce something else, play something else. I got a 1k shield in hand now. I can just throw it away. I don't need it anymore. This is super, super good. Then we've got another CP9 card here, Caulifla. This is a 2k counter, so it's going to be a 4 of immediately. On play, draw 2 and trash 2. Then give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 to their cost during the turn. This is just all kinds of good. It's a 2k counter, so you absolutely don't have to play it. You can just use it as defense. Its stats aren't amazing, but for 4, you get to draw 2, pitch 2. It's filtering you, that's good. And then give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 to their cost during the turn. That's nice. Don't forget, this combos with Bluno, which on KO, you can just revive Caulifla, which you might have just pitched for the 2k counter earlier, and then you draw 2, pitch 2. That's super nice. Yeah, I think this is a very, very good card. Really, really good in that CP9 deck, and even just generically in black, it might be worth playing. Then we've got brand new. This is a Navy card. It is a on play, look at the top 3 cards and add a Navy, then trash the remaining cards. So this is really nice. Obviously it's a 2 cost, so that does suck. However, it does have a 1k counter, and for that reason, I think this probably will be a 4 of if you're playing like the Admirals in your deck in any capacity. Just being able to find them is really, really good. You can put 2 Dons onto it. It does threaten. Like, it's decent. It's not crazy. Like, it's a top searcher. So fundamentally, like, I have to value that very highly, especially in decks without that. So I think this is really good, but the fact that it is a 2-3 does kind of suck. And it only checks the top 3. It doesn't even check top 5. But you are playing a lot of navies in black decks right now, so it's probably fine. He lives in our hearts. Sniper Island, my man, the myth, the legend. All right, guys. If you don't like this card, if you think this doesn't look good, I've seen some horrible takes. You're actually just like a fake One Piece fan. Like, I'm sorry. This is absolutely the best card in this game. The best artwork. It's beautiful. I mean, he looks a bit like Usopp. I don't actually understand this stuff. The card's name is on Street is Usopp. I don't get that because Sogeking's a different guy. You know, showed up to bail the Straw Hats out of trouble and then just disappeared like an absolute, you know, Giga Chad. Mad props to this guy. I absolutely love this card. Just the artwork, the dynamism of it. It's so great. I'm not planning on max raritying blue. I might have to pick up some alt arts of this card just for collection purposes because I absolutely love Sogeking. On play, return up to 1 character with a cost of 6 or less to the owner's hand, then draw 2 and trash 2 is a 7/6. It's just a very high value card. Yes, it's a 7/6 in the sense that stat value isn't amazing. However, it has a counter. It's bouncing 6 or lower. There's a lot of those in the format. And it's giving you filter. This is going to be really good in Nami, guys, because this essentially reads better mill 2, also bounce something. And we're going to talk about Nami doing some absolutely ridiculous bounce shenanigans shortly. But yeah, I think this is a very, very nice card. And it's the 2nd secret rare, meaning now, after set 3, every single color has 1 secret rare, which is nice. Rob Lucci, Bob Gucci, my man. This guy is pretty good. 6/7. On play, you may return 2 cards with CP9 and it's tied from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. This character gains Rush during this turn. So black gaining access to a Rush card is very scary. You got to understand, right? Like people were reading this and going like, oh, well, you know, it's not that good. You know, it can be blocked and blah, 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 all that stuff. Okay, guys. Fundamentally, 2 things. 1, this is a 7k. Which means it's ripping 2 cards out of your opponent's hand at bare minimum, or it's taking a blocker. Fine. 2, and I think more importantly, which color has had a complete monopoly on rush cards until this point? Red, with a little bit in purple, a tiny bit in purple. You've got your 9-drop Kaido, and you've got your 6-cost Queen. So you've got a little bit of rushing, a little bit. Black now showing up and starting to put their foot in the door, getting into that rush game is fucking terrifying, because now, if you've played this game at a high competitive level at all, you know just how scary it can be. Sometimes it's just that, well, if they've got the rusher, I'll just fucking lose. There's nothing you can do. You know, you can only, like, it's actually such a crazy weakness of decks which don't have access to rushers just in the card pool, where I always know your number of attacks is restricted to what I can see with my eyes in front of me. I don't need to play around some nonsense you got on your hand. I don't need to factor it in. I can see on your board, so I can commit and deal with your board. This now threatens that dynamic in black. Black now has access to this, and I think this is very, very, very powerful. People are definitely sleeping on this card. Obviously, it's expensive. Got to be playing a critical mass of CP9s for this to be worth it, and it doesn't have counter. So there's a lot of things about it which do hurt a little bit. I'm not saying it's broken and it's going to, crack black, but it's an option that having access to is very, very nice. Okay, one of, if not the best cards in the game here. Nojigo. There's a 2-0, counts 1k. On play, if your leader is Nami, bounce a 5 cost or lower. Oh my god. Law stocks are actually in the gutter now. Like, law stocks, they were up here at the start of this video. They were all the way over here, and then we were trending, and we were going up, and oh, they're down in the gutter now. They're gone. Oh my god. Yeah, this is crazy. This is incredibly powerful. So firstly, you can overheat and you can Blackbeard bounce this back to your hand, so you get access to that 1k counter again, or you can just reuse it. And that combo, it's 6 for that combo to deal with a 5 cost, and you also get it back and you can do it again. That's nuts. Such high value. This is just amazing. This is just amazing. Blue has very efficient removal now in the form of Arabesque Fist from set 2, which is bounds as a 4 cost or lower for 2, and now this, which bounds as a 5 cost or lower for 2 as well. Nami has some very efficient removal, has a lot of ways of digging through the deck to find it as well. So, I don't know. Nami is looking like a very, very, very scary deck to me. I think it is absolutely going to be seeing play at top tier. It just seems very, very powerful. Bob Gucci Purple Edition, Water 7 and Galileo. So obviously spoilers if you didn't know. This was if you're still on the fucking Water 7 arc. Yep, he's part of CP9. So this is a 1k counter. When attacking Dom -1, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. This is the exact kind of card that the Galileo Company deck needed to see. I'm actually not going to spend too long talking about this right now. We're just going to quickly evaluate, and then I'll do a quick little aside, and I'll talk about the Galileo Company deck. Because then we've got Virgo. This is a 2k counter in black with a 1 Don, can't be KO'd by battle. Seems decent, not super well attributed. It's got Navy, so it's alright. Galileo Company, activate main, you may rest the stage to add a Don card from your Don deck and rest it if your leader is Iceberg. This is literally a Water 7 Galileo Company Onigashima, except it's searchable thanks to Kokoro. And then we've also got Tilestone. If your leader is a Galileo Company type, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it on KO. So let's quickly talk about the Galileo Company deck. I think I said this when it was first revealed. This was going to be one of those decks where if it had a critical mass of those very, very powerful 5 drops and, very, very efficient, powerful units, it was going to be very, very scary. However, it has that fundamental flaw where the leader can't attack. So if you can control the Galileo Company board, if your deck is able to deal with that board, you're going to be fine. It's not going to be scary. I think this is going to be one of those gatekeeper decks, though. It really does strike me as one where if your deck can beat this deck, it's probably going to be in the top tiers, and this is going to be gatekeeping the bottom of the top tiers. If your deck cannot beat this deck, it is not going to be playable. That's the way it looks to me right now. I know a few people have been concerned that it might be a bit too strong. I don't think that's going to be the case. I just fundamentally think this deck has quite a bad matchup into things like black, into things like blue, into things like purple, even into other purple decks. So I don't think it's necessarily going to be crazy strong, but I do think it's going to be scary. I think it's going to be one of those decks where, like, it's going to stomp noobs who have no idea what they're doing, who don't know how to manage their resources and stuff. It's going to be rough. But I am excited to give it a try. Then we have got Flame Emperor, 7 cost Whitebeard Pirate event, expensive event. If your leader is Portuguese DA, so you're going to play it nice. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less. Your leader gains double attack and gains 3k power during this turn. So this is just a hench jet pistol, right? And it's efficient, right? Because if you got to think about it as, well, okay, if I'd put 3 Dons onto my leaders to be 8 anyway, then this is the same cost as a jet pistol. And it's also giving me double attack. But in addition, I don't need to combo this card. I don't need to Otama Pistol to deal with some 8k. No, I can just play it. AK is dealing with pretty much everything. And obviously, Otama into this deals with everything bar 2 cards in the game, 10 cost Kaido, and what we're going to talk about next. Also, the trigger is just Jet Pistol. So this seems like the most staple 4-of in the Ace deck like I've ever seen, because if you draw it and it's a brick, you just guard with it. It's fine. Or use it on aggression, pitch it from your hand to buff your leader power. This seems really, really good. And finally, the reason I am concerned about yellow, another reason, 10 cost Big Mom. Oh, man. On play, if your leader is a Big Mom Pirates type, place up to 1 card from the top of your deck, or at the top or bottom of your life. Then trash up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life. Burn 1 and heal 1. Going second is Big Mom Pirates looks absolutely filthy. Already, like, people have kind of come to the conclusion that when you are given the Soul Focus test, right, life or stay or whatever, you always let them heal one, because taking that damage and losing that card is horrific. This does both. Man, I don't know. I'm just a little bit concerned. I think I have faith in the development team at the moment, because set 2 looked like it was going to be pretty busted at first, but then like it's ended up being a really, really interesting and diverse meta. Set 1 is a very interesting and diverse meta as well. It really does feel very skill-based in terms of who wins the matchup, unless it is like equal skill. Then it can be like a bit of a top deck war, which is fine. You know, obviously I would like it if it was more skill based. It didn't really come down to top decks, but we're early in the game. We don't have the consistency tools and things that can, you know, mitigate that. So I'm not so fussed about that. But this is what happened with Digimon in set 3 or 4. I think security control, which was like the healing, got completely out of control. And the guy who was head of Digimon development did move to One Piece development, so I'm a little concerned, but I also feel like, you know, they wouldn't let the same mistake happen again, right, Copium? Right? So I'm just going to be cautiously optimistic, and, well, I suppose cautiously pessimistic, but we'll see what happens with the way this develops. But this is an absolutely phenomenally powerful card. I mean, this is terrifyingly good. I think the big thing right now is it looks like Yellow doesn't have like that many consistency tools, right? Like your best card is an on KO SR Perospero for like looking at top checking. So, you know, consistency is probably going to be a bit of a hit. It doesn't like have the ramp tools that Kaido has or something, so it's not like they're going to cheat this out earlier than usual. But yeah, a terrifying card nonetheless. I am very interested to see exactly where the meta develops in terms of Yellow. It does look very fun to play. It does look like it will be quite technical to play, but yeah, this is an absolutely terrifying card, to be sure, which we knew was coming thanks to the playmat for the treasure card. But that is it for this video. What do you guys think? Are you worried about Yellow, or you just think I'm overreacting? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please do like it. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content. 80% of you are not subscribed, so I'd be at like 10k if you all did. So that would be cool if you could hit that button. And if you are interested in One Piece content, in Battle Spirit Saga content, in Gate Ruler content, subscribe for that. Keep an eye out, because there's going to be lots more One Piece content and Battle Spirit Saga content coming up over the next few weeks. But that is it for this video. Thanks so much for watching once again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.